Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Energy Web Token, EWT. So I've been talking to you guys about it for a little bit of time now, but the reason why I like to bring this asset up is because when we're talking about this industry specifically in crypto, I believe it's going to be something that thrives greatly, and I think that it's going to be something to really kind of keep a close eye out on. Like, everybody's kind of focused on the metaverse, everybody's focused on NFTs, but what's the elephant in the room right now for crypto? I truly want to hear you guys comment down below, because when I think about crypto and crypto adoption, there's one thing that's really kind of stopping a lot of crypto, and that is sustainability and, of course, greenness. Now, before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. But with that being said, let's just jump in. So, like I said, I think that the energy sort of industry in this market is going to thrive greatly. I think that it's going to take a little bit of time until it gets mass adopted. But if we're talking about Energy Web Token, where we could pretty much retest, I'm looking to get in on the ground floor level here, pretty much around like $4.50 some cents. If we can get down to that point, which is the summer low, also it's some major support going as far back as like June of 2020. If we go any lower, that's when I look at like $2.80, even maybe $1.70 if we can get that low. Like, that would be absolutely ridiculous if we do. But overall, when we're talking about Energy Web Token, we know that, this is one of those assets that has been diminishing in holders. So, and it has been like this for like the last like 3 months now. As you guys do see, we hit a little bit of a topping point on the holders tab for December. It was about 8,642, and we're so far down almost like 300. It's nothing too crazy, but overall, we still see a little bit of some overall selling happening for EWT. But I will say this, okay? When we are talking about where Energy Web Token is really kind of positioned within this market, when we're talking about sustainability, crypto adoption, and, pretty much crypto concerns, it all kind of stems around the energy scene. But we also see energy problems within major other markets as well. We see, this being a huge concern just in general, right? Trying to prosper into a green energy grid cycle, pretty much, where everybody is utilizing green energy. That's pretty much what we want to get to. Now, right now, I'm really kind of focused on this, though, right? Congress is trying to figure out what to do about crypto's colossal carbon footprint. It's not, I mean, listen, you can't ignore, the elephant in the room, which is, of course, the carbon footprint of crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum are hemorrhaging their carbon footprints. It's crazy how much carbon emissions they have. It's truly insane. Now, of course, we do see here, the panel addressed a growing refrain for that certain types of crypto transactions are catastrophically energy intensive and are extending, the lifeline of, fossil fuel resources. Committee members are questioned some of the promises made by crypto, boosters, such as the claim that miners can actually help stabilize energy grids. The funny thing about this is that when we're talking about, sustainability, I'm really kind of focused on just green assets in general, because I see a lot of these having some major issues. Like, this is exactly why, in my mind, when we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stuff like that, like, proof of work just really does not work anymore. And a lot of these major players in this space are just not sustainable. They're not good overall assets. And I say that because, we are still seeing some major problems within the scene for sustainability. Okay, it's a huge concern. It's similar to interoperability, right? I've always discussed to you guys about interoperability within, the Q&T scene. Okay, think about Energy Web Token as, pretty much interoperability for, you guessed it, the energy scene. This is going to pretty much allow for, well, before I even go forward on that, let's actually discuss a few other things real quick, and then I'll get to that point. So we do see here, EU regulator calls for ban on proof of work Bitcoin mining to save renewable energy. And this is what I'm talking about. Like when we're talking about the growing concern here, it's an issue. Bitcoin is now a national issue for Sweden because of the amount of renewable energy devoted to mining. This is an issue. Okay? Major problem. It would be, an irony if the wind power generated on Sweden's long coastline would be devoted to Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin now consumes 0.6% of the world's electricity, according to figures from the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index. That is terrible. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous if you're thinking about it. And then we do see here from April to August 2021, the energy consumption of Bitcoin mining operations in Sweden rose by several 100%. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. Even if you go back just, look at just July and June of 2020 to now. This is insane. Okay? And this is the issue. I mean, when they're talking about, the solution is to ban proof of work. And of course, one potential avenue to explore could be more, of proof of stake, which, proof of stake is doing really good. There's a lot of, layer ones out there that are doing really good in terms of the proof of stake aspect. But I think that we have a better solution. Okay? I think that the solution is already here. In fact, we're going to be talking about it. And that's this, right? The Energy Web stack can help emerging economies leapfrog the way developed economies run energy markets by jumping straight to digital, efficient, and secure Web3-based systems. Great piece from UNEP. Check it out. Now, of course, you might be wondering, well, what does this even mean? What are you talking about? Well, first off, let's kind of look into this, right? The United Nations Environment, Program and the Social Alpha Foundation just released a report about blockchain for sustainable energy and climate in the global south. EW Origin is one of the case studies. Check it out here, right? And of course, we do see blockchain for sustainable energy and climate in the global south. Now, let me open this in, a new tab, and let's actually kind of look at this. So, first off, when we're talking about sustainability, we know the issues. I just brought them up to you. But let's actually look into, let's go into EW Origin, right? Blockchain-based renewables platform Energy Web Origin. Energy Web Foundation is a nonprofit that is developing publicly available decentralized solutions designed specifically for the energy sector. EWF's Energy Web Origin is a suite of open-source, fully customizable software tools for building blockchain platforms for easy and efficient renewable energy sourcing in line with the existing standards and regulations. To date, EW Origin has already been leveraged by different energy actors to establish decentralized marketplaces for green electricity attribute certificates, EACs. Now, this is just one of many, right? There's so much more in terms of this. Like even here, right? In addition, the use cases of EW Origin in Turkey, Thailand, and El Salvador highlight blockchain's ability to support a decentralized marketplace for renewable energy attribute certificates, because such markets in, of course, developing, and we can pretty much see up here, countries suffer from high administrative costs and dependence on intermediaries. Among other challenges, it is essential to develop a transparent and accessible market that is affordable for renewable energy project developers to participate in. Now, of course, this is just one overall major use case from, of course, Energy Web Token. There's a lot more to this, though. They're actually allowing for a lot of, these blockchain technologies to utilize, Energy Web's overall technology. Okay, we've seen this happen with, for example, Ripple, right? With XRP, we've seen them utilize Energy Web Token to get to carbon neutrality. And of course, right now with Congress eyeing crypto, U.S. Congress should meet with Energy Web X, EWT. Oh, they already did. We just hear Democrat Diana DeGette, I hope that I said that name right, opened the hearing cleaning up cryptocurrency, the energy impacts of blockchains, by saying there needs to be an overall focus on reducing carbon emissions and increasing green energy. And of course, they're talking about, the president's commitment to carbon-free power by 2035 and a net zero economy by 2050 couldn't be met by mining energy-intensive cryptocurrencies with current or old fossil fuel plants. And of course, we see over here, AIR or AIR, Alliance for Innovative Regulation, and Energy Web help U.S. policymakers and regulators connect the dots on crypto and climate. Okay, and I just want you all to know right now, when we're talking about everything that is happening within the Energy Web token scene, it's really kind of based around that tech stack, but also a lot of their other use cases. Like, for example, they were already on, Bloomberg. They were talking about pretty much using the Energy Web tech stack to make crypto green. Pretty much every single crypto asset could be made green through Energy Web token. That is huge, especially considering the overall concerns around crypto. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't even want to touch it because, maybe they're too, maybe they're conservative in terms of, energy usage. Maybe they're, all for the planet, and that's totally fine. But there is a lot more green technologies in this space that are really kind of doing things similar to this, but not anywhere near to where Energy Web is really kind of positioned here. Energy Web, in my opinion, is almost like the interoperability bridge between blockchains, but it's going to allow all of them to pretty much be green technologies at the end of the day. Okay? And of course, we do see here, paying attention to LinkedIn may help you catch things. Bio-based fuel tracking with Energy Web, Shell, and Grid Singularity could be found for a month already. This is going to be interesting as well. If you guys did miss this, basically, there's going to be a major update coming with Energy Web token between some big players, like, for example, Shell and even Grid Singularity. Now, we could actually kind of look into this. So next Wednesday, during the annual symposium of the Dutch Blockchain Coalition, we will discuss applications of blockchain for the energy transition with Anna. I'm not even going to try to say her last name, from DBC Partner Energy Web, and myself. I will tell you something about the use cases around biofuels that we can carry out together, among others, Shell, Dutch Emissions Authority, Kyra, Energy Web, and Platform Renewable Fuels. So register via the link below. And this was a month ago, but overall, I just want you to all understand the major names that are behind Energy Web that are already utilizing this technology. Okay? And of course, we do see a feature of Energy Web token made, some digging. Do you want to learn some details about, consortia relay chain on DOT, which is pretty much Polkadot for anybody out there that doesn't know? Some information has already been made public. Some is based on my research. Energy Web chain will be fully migrated on Polkadot substrate. And of course, we do see here consortia's relay chain isn't just an additional infrastructure for Energy Web chain. That's a station for migration. All is going to be powered by EWT. Consortia Relay Chain Testnet version and first parachain, will be live in Q2. And of course, Energy Web Consortia Relay Chain, it's not like, Glamour, ACA, or LIT. They are parachains. Energy Web is going to take a relay chain spot. Basically, it will be the main chain besides Polkadot. First country level parachain will most probably come from, Germany, right? We do see here. That's pretty much how it is. It's going to connect so much. Like, Energy Web token is behind massive overall partnerships, and this is just one of many. Like, Parity DOT or DOT is already joined the Energy Web token validators. With that collaboration, country and enterprise level blockchain adoption, it'll pretty much be an accelerant. EWT will be used like DOT for the EW member parachains. All of these will bring the enormous recognition and hype to Energy Web token. But it's also the idea on what they're basically building, right? Like, even with AEMO, right? It announced this open source operating system for world-leading distributed energy marketplace design trial. All built on Energy Web token. Like, this is huge. Like, I don't think people realize how huge this actually is. Like, when we're talking about the future of energy, when we're talking about energy efficiency currently, it's a big problem. Even just to power a house, right? It's becoming evidently clearer day by day that we're getting to the point where we are no longer going to utilize, non-sustainable energy. Okay? And of course, this is a partnership with, first off, Energy Web, Microsoft, so many huge names. This is incredible, right? And I really do think that when we're talking about, Energy Web token itself, I think that's probably one of the most overlooked assets in the space. Like, We even see here the DER marketplace will be underpinned by Energy Web's open source operating system, which will be used to establish digital identities for all assets and market participants in the program. This identity-based architecture facilitates secure, efficient exchange and validation of data amongst market participants using digital infrastructure shared amongst Australian market participants. So this is going to be huge, and here are some of the many overall pros that this could really kind of deliver in terms of the core functions: efficient and scalable DER data exchange between actors through use of self-sovereign identities, wholesale integration, local service exchange as well. Like, this is going to be cool. And of course, Australia's Edge project will begin testing services in April 2022, so it's going to happen this year, with project completion in March of 2023. And of course, we do see here, Project Edge aims to build understanding of and inform the most efficient and sustainable way to integrate DERs into the electricity system and markets, basically allowing all consumers to benefit from a future with high levels of DER. There is no existing product that meets all high-level requirements for DER marketplaces, so Project Edge is at the leading edge of product development in this space. And of course, they will be pretty much useless without Energy Web Token, because this is built on, the Energy Web Token overall tech stack. This is awesome. It's incredible, to say the least, that this asset is still as undervalued as it is. I look at this at $5.47, and it's crazy to me. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear from you all. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys did, definitely hit that like, subscribe, and also turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. And this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.